All right, so we're gonna go 5 reps every minute. I can't hit my heel, but I think like being on my toes, I'm gonna be okay. So far, so good on the heel. I've got a bum foot. So I'm gonna actually try it without shoes. This is a good way to kind of create a little space. I'm just gonna work from my toe. Next, we're gonna go into a hang muscle clean. All right, so we're gonna go 5 reps every minute. Isn't he f***ing himself up by only using one leg and not the other leg? The goal is like to wake up my mind. Next, we have the apex sternum pull-up. 4 sets of 4, where you lift something heavy, go into something fast. You'll move the faster thing faster because you just lifted the heavier thing. The third round, you doubt everything. Forgot about my foot. Yeah, that's the goal. I'm gonna do our workout. It's week 2, day 3, but I've got a bum foot. So I can't wear shoes. I had something removed from my heel. It's really sensitive to touch. So I'm stuck with this sandal on this foot. I've got a whole workout to do. Really good excuse to not come to the gym. But I'm here in the gym. I'm gonna make adjustments where I need to. So follow along with me. I'm gonna show you what I would do, what I would change in my workout for this. Hopefully give you guys some ideas or maybe at least some mindset options of how to go about a workout when you're not 100%. Maybe you got something wrong. All right, so this is the workout. We're in week 2 of Built Different. We're starting with sleep, good, mood, good, energy, amped, stress, okay, soreness, not bad, just a little bit. All right, we're getting started. We've got the first section is the awakening. So this is the warm up. We have rapid skaters, 4 rounds, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. This might be kind of tricky. I'm gonna actually try it without shoes and really just try to stay on my heels. But the idea is that it's a plyometric and that it gets our reactivity woken up and gives us an alternative to sprinting to give our tendons and ligaments a little bit of that force and impact that they would get in sprinting, but in an environment that's not as dangerous, in a setting that's not as dangerous. So we're gonna do 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 4 rounds. I can't hit my heel, but I think like being on my toes, I'm gonna be okay. So we're looking for lateral hops. I'm gonna set a timer. Okay, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Really trying not to hit my heels, and I wanna react laterally. I don't need to do a big jump, but basically I wanna change direction from an outside impact really quickly. Okay, rest for 10. I'm gonna do 3 more sets. Three, 2, 1. So far, so good on the heel. And rest. Whew. I stopped that one short, I realize. It's okay. If you stop it short, you mess up, don't worry, just keep going. All right, round 3, 2, 1, 20 seconds. I'm really starting to feel this in my glutes and hips. They're waking up. 2, 1. Ooh. Ideally, as you go, you start feeling looser in the upper body, more reactive in the lower body. 2, 1, last one. 20 seconds. Doesn't need to be a huge hop. Good. 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay, good. So next up, going into an adductor rock back. So we've got hinges, deadlifts today. This is a good way kind of create a little space in your adductors and kind of find that hip hinge. I'm just gonna go a minute on each side. And I'm just going easy, listening to my body and pushing my hips back. Kind of pushing my butt back. Take your time. You can do these at whatever pace you want. The idea is you're just feeling your body. You're starting to kind of connect your mind to your patterns. You know, so I'm trying to feel the pattern of the hinge. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna switch sides. Okay, so this one, I can't plant my heel on the ground, so I'm just gonna work from my toe. It's not the same, but I can't drive my heel on the floor. It's just not gonna happen. So this is the next best thing. I have notoriously tight hips, and that's okay. Everybody's built different. Hence the name of the program, Built Different. I just happen to be built pretty tight. And if you're really tight, that's okay. It doesn't mean that you have to turn yourself into something you're not, and it doesn't mean that you need to do yoga or improve your mobility or eventually be somebody who does a split. Next, we're gonna go into a hang muscle clean with some static holds. So what this is where I'm gonna take a bar up to the shoulder and then back. The way I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do what's called an offset stance, because I can mostly do this with a pretty light weight. No, normally I'd be both feet planted. I'm just gonna go offset today, lift my heel up off the ground. It should be fine. This section, this is where we're always going from an isometric, and that's like an isometric where you're holding in one position, into an explosive concentric, and then right back to the original isometric. All right, so we're gonna go 5 reps every minute for 3 minutes. So I'm just gonna do a few reps with an empty bar, make sure that this is okay. So I'm gonna be offset. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it should be good. I think I'm gonna be fine with 25s. All right, I'm gonna clip these in. I don't do a ton of cleans and snatches really anymore. Mostly I'm doing it to activate, or in phases where speed is a huge component. Otherwise, I'm just not doing a lot of it. Like, did it a lot growing up. It's a young man's game. Great to do, but you know, there's diminishing returns. All right, so I'm gonna set a clock. At the top of every minute, I'm gonna go 5 reps. All right, and then I'm gonna rest a minute. So what I'm really thinking about here is when I'm in that pause, how do I go from still to explosive? How do I increase the rate of force development? There's not really a clear answer other than really focusing on it, paying attention to each rep, trying to develop one rep to the next, and just create more force. And as you go, it starts to connect and wake up, and that's, you know, kind of the purpose of having this in the program. All right, round 2. So you might wonder, isn't he fucking himself up by only using one leg and not the other leg? Not really, because it's not really the point of this section. I'm not really trying to get a muscular response with a lot of reps and a lot of burn. The goal is like to wake up my mind, wake up my nervous system. So it's the systemic effect that you're really focused on here. So it doesn't really matter if you're doing one leg over the other, because the effect is so holistic. It's more like what's the connection between my action and my mind. All right, last set, best set. Okay, cool. I feel warm. It worked. Good job. All right, next up. So that's a warm up. That's the awakening. Next, we have, let's see, 95. The apex. So we're going clean style deadlift into a sternum pull-up. I think we're gonna see what this feels like if I tried to do this. Let's see. All right, so from doing those, I think I can do the pattern. I definitely can't do it with the same sort of weight that I probably should be doing to get the full effect, but it's a great chance for me to step back, work with some lighter weights, work on my speed and work on my technique. So I would say, you know, normally I would be doing this, I'd be working up to around 300. And I think today I'm gonna land around like 225. So, you know, maybe like 20, 30% off of what I would normally do. It's totally fine. It doesn't matter. Sometimes stuff happens and it sets you back momentarily, but it doesn't mean that you don't, like, it doesn't mean that it's a better idea to do nothing. You know, you can always work on technique, and the technique, that's what really matters in over a lifetime. The thing that's gonna turn you into the person of your dreams, that's gonna make you so proud of yourself. More than anything you do in any particular workout, it's showing up over the long term. It matters so much. It's everything. I always say, like, if you can just drive to the gym, you've won. Just get off the couch. All right, so I'm gonna warm up. I'm gonna start with 35s and just kind of go up 35, 185, 225, and we'll see. And we're gonna, oh, I forgot. So we're in this phase, we got a post-activation potentiation of a sternum pull-up. So sternum pull-up means, like, I'm basically doing a pull-up, but I'm trying to pull it to here. So not like to the chin, I'm trying to pull the bar to like right there. So I'm gonna start with a pretty heavy band. I'm gonna see how activated I get, how I feel, and if I can work work down to like not having a band, that'd be great. But likely I'm gonna have, a pretty light band even during the working sets. But I'm gonna go right from my clean style deadlifts right into that sternum pull up. So I'm gonna grab this band. Dude, this gym has no shortage of bands. Holy hell. Look at these. This is the biggest band I've ever seen. It's not even the biggest one. Who's using, who's using that? It's like an 800-pound band. All right, so I'm gonna throw this over here. I'm gonna push this down under my foot. I'll throw both feet in. You see me? Okay, so I'm trying to do these pull-ups up to my sternum. So I'm trying to pull really high. I mean, if you can, it makes sense just to do a muscle up. So with this band, I can do that. I don't know how well I'm gonna be doing it without. But we want that power effect. Okay, so in the warm-ups, I'm gonna go two sets of 5, and then 4 sets of 4. I'm gonna alternate with that sternum pull-up right after I do the deadlift to get that post-activation effect, where you lift something heavy, go into something fast, you'll move the faster thing faster because you just lifted the heavier thing. Okay, still warm-up set. Let's see how this feels on my heel. Okay. So I like these. I don't do a lot of them. And I think it's gonna be best for me just to stay with this band and work on my technique. As the program goes on in the following weeks, maybe I'll get a little better, but the fact that we're doing 4, I can already feel in the warm-up sets, like my form would probably deteriorate if I went down. And since I'm working technique already, I'm still getting a good workout. I mean, you can tell, like I'm sweating, I'm working. We're gonna see set to set how this goes. I'm gonna go 185 next on the clean style deadlifts. So with the clean style, you notice how I like sit my butt down a lot lower, bring my chest up a lot higher. The clean style references more the pattern that you would follow if you were doing a full clean where you were taking it all the way up and pulling yourself under. If you're doing that, you wouldn't want to follow the same deadlift pattern where your hips are back and you're just hinging up off of it. You kind of want to sit your butt down lower, be a little bit more into your toes, drive yourself up with your shoulders over the bar so that then you can pull under. We're just not doing the pull under part. So that's where you're seeing me like sit my butt down so I can get my hips under it. And I'm just trying not to be too jerky. I'm not trying to rip it off the ground. I'm trying to let the force build as I go. All right, so here we go, 5 reps. All right, walk with me, I'm gonna grab some water. So typically I like to do these workouts around now, in the afternoon, 2, 3 o'clock, toward the end of the day. We'll keep going. Because honestly, when I get done, I'm not very useful. I can't get much work done. And it's always nice to work out in the morning, to have it knocked out, and that's great. But I find that you're never really able to perform as well as you could in the afternoon or evening. So for me, this is late enough that I've got some food in my body. I've like woken up. I've gotten a lot of work done. And it's early enough before bedtime that it doesn't mess up my sleep. So this is my favorite time to train. Now, I do think almost anybody with enough practice and conditioning can probably perform their best at any time if their body gets in the habit and gets in the rhythm, gets in the circulation of it. Like, we are very, very good creatures on routine, and we'll adapt to almost any routine. So if you're a morning person, evening person, afternoon person, as long as you keep doing it to the point where it starts getting built into your day's rhythm, your circadian rhythm, you'll eventually get to a point where you can perform really well. Okay, this is gonna be my first working set. So I got 4, and I've got 4 working sets. So this weight should be 275. It's gonna be 225. You know, I'm being cognizant of not putting too much pressure into my heel. All right, 4 reps. So I'm not like crazy concerned about the lockout at the top. Most of the emphasis on those is the speed, the force of pulling. Like what kind of velocity can I get moving up? And really, like, that's why we have these as either a sternum pull-up. If you can do a muscle up well and it feels good, it's totally fine. Both are getting the same effect. The deadlifts feel surprisingly good. I'm actually gonna add some more to it. Like, this is where the advice, like, always go to the gym. It'll surprise you. I didn't think I would even be able to do this. This is fine, and I'm gonna test a little bit more. Okay. I downloaded like 30 apps, like 30 training apps. It's not an exaggeration. It took a long time. And I tested out every app with our program, and this was the only app that could do what we needed to do. None of the other apps could. And it's not to say the other apps are bad, because people have a different system and framework of like what's important in their training and what they need it to do. This just happened to be the only one that can do what we need to do. So it's the one, you know. They've spent a lot of money on getting it right. And it's cool too, because like you can see, I can see all of my members. Like this is everybody who's done this program. So these are all the people that not just did the program, these are the people who input it. Not everybody like uses the app in the gym. In the gym, we actually write it on the walls. So like all the walls are whiteboard walls. And our team is so OCD. They like meticulously have a system of writing out everybody's name, the weight they did, the reps they did, week by week. So they could refer back to the previous week. They're like, okay, you finished here. This week we're taking 1 rep off. We're going up 10%. You're gonna be at this weight. So that's where we do the program for everybody. But the individualization of the session is a huge deal because the coach is with them. They were with them last week. They're with them this week. I remember last week, your form looked a little tough. I actually think we should pull back the weight a little bit, work on the technique, dial that up. Or hey, last week you look great, nothing's stopping you. Let's add some more and let's see what you can do. So every session they're doing that. So let's say I finished at 285. It converts the kilos to pounds because all our weights in the gym are kilos. So whether you're in the gym or out, you can still use the weight. It's going to convert it. So next is called, we've got the Forge. And the Forge is a 3-movement superset on a cadence of every, so I wrote 245. The coaches gave me feedback because they all do the program and they said, it needs to be longer and it needs an extra minute. I don't think it needs it. I think we can do it in 245. Today we're gonna do it in 245. So a new round every 2 minutes and 45 seconds. It's a single arm dumbbell press, a double dumbbell front squat, and a banded payloft press. The double dumbbell front squat, I think I'm gonna be okay. So I'm just gonna elevate my heel some. I'm gonna put a little bit of extra pressure on this side of my heel so the inside doesn't get a ton. I'm not gonna go crazy in the weight, but I think I'm gonna be all right. And then we've got a banded payloft press. This is where those thick ass bands come into place. Yes, I'm gonna go this one. I'm gonna grab it with the outside hand, pull the inside. And I'm basically trying to hold the tension, kind of scoop into it. It's gonna be 10 reps each side. So let me grab a bench, this bench. I'm gonna set it at 45. I think that's 45. These aren't labeled, it always confuses me. But I think that's 45 degrees. I'm gonna go with 50s. It's a little bit light. You know what, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna go a little lighter on the front squat because my foot is what it is. I'm gonna go a little bit heavier on the press. So I'm gonna go 60, 40, and then the payloft. Every 245, I'm gonna set the clock as every 2.5 minutes. So I'm gonna set this timer every 2 minutes, 45 seconds. I'm gonna do it for 4 rounds. So I think that's 11 minutes. All right, so this is what's gonna suck. This is the part where everything's been pretty chill. It's been maybe intense moments, but this is gonna not be chill. 0 chill. Oh. Oh, those are sneaky. Oh, okay, so then we rest the remainder, 3 more rounds. This is the part where I usually make a huge mistake and I like add weight and then I instantly regret it. Because your first round you feel pretty confident. The third round, you doubt everything. Forgot about my foot. Yeah, that's the goal. It was such a good decision to come. It's always a good decision to come. You never regret not coming. Never. I've never regretted coming to the gym. Yeah, you just always go. There's something you can do. If you're not in a full body cast, you can do something. So I should say, if this wasn't the Forts program, this movement would probably be better on cables, but I'm committed to the Forts program. The reason we don't have cables in the gym is we have to have 4 of everything. So everybody has their own equipment. Nobody shares equipment. So we have to pick stuff that in some cases it's not the most optimal, but it just works inside the space. You know, if we had leg presses, you'd need 4 leg presses. You know, if we had cable stacks, you'd need 4 cable stacks. Some of it's just not time efficient. But when I'm doing the Fort program, I just do it the Fort way. Not that it's better, but because there actually are better ways to do it. I wish we could all do it, but it's more important that I do what everybody's doing. And it's not that big a difference. It just doesn't matter that much. Round 3, 2, 1. A minute and 7 seconds left. Will and Edgar and Eric. I don't think it was Cody, because Cody wouldn't have a problem. But I don't know what you're talking about with this 3:45 rest. We can do it. There's plenty of time. Okay, one more round. No, one more round. It's 4 rounds. I wish this was the worst part of the workout. It's not. You'll see. I'm not looking forward to it. I hope I don't throw up. I haven't thrown up in a while, but it could happen. Okay. 3, 2. Oh my God. Done. Yay. Glad it's over. But not glad that I know what's coming. Sorry, Lord. 2 minutes and 40 seconds for calories. And I think, so week 1 was 3 minutes and 20 seconds for calories. And I want to say, what did I do, 74? I'm gonna check. No, I did 66. So 66 divided by, so it's like 20 per minute. So if I do the same, and I did the bike erg, so I should do the bike erg. All right, and I have 2 minutes and 40 seconds, so it's a shorter distance, right? I did 320, I'm going to 240. So I should be at a higher rate than I did the 320, because it's a shorter distance. So let's say, so I did 20 per minute. Week 1, I should be doing 22. I'm gonna say 22 a minute. 22 times 2.66. So that's 240. Like, 2 minutes and 66% of a third minute. So 58.52, 59. 59 calories in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. I think this is doable. Yeah, oh no, 2 warm-up sets of 40 seconds. So I'm gonna start. I'm just gonna set this so it's just like the clients. I'm gonna set a new workout, select workout. So when you're setting your programs, go to select workout. Always program the concept twos. It's the best monitor in the world. Go to new workout. We're gonna go to intervals. We're gonna go intervals, variable, Interval 1 is going to be for time, and we're doing 40 seconds. 1, 3, 4. The rest is going to be 1 minute. Interval 2 is going to be time. It's going to be 40 seconds. The rest is going to be 2 minutes. Interval 3 is going to be time, and it's going to be 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So the warm-ups are 1/5 the distance, and we're going no more intervals. They're 1/5 the distance. And the goal is really to try to figure out what sort of a pace you should be able to hold. So I'm gonna be looking at calories per hour. And I think it's gonna give me the best idea of what I should be holding. All right, round 1, warm-up number 1. The easy warm-up, but this is all like calibration. I'm gonna turn that up. So far, so good on my foot. I can't even feel my foot anymore. It's just numb. Not out of pain, but maybe adrenaline. Exercise is the best painkiller. It's gonna be uncomfortable. Okay. All right, so that first one, I was holding maybe, it was like 1,400 calories per hour. I'm thinking that 1,550 is probably gonna be the pace. So the next one, I'm gonna go a little bit harder. I'm gonna try to be at around 1,550. When I'm at 1,550 here, I'm gonna look at the RPMs. I'm gonna see what those RPMs are right around there. Then when I do my working set, I'm just gonna focus on the RPM and try to stay on it. And basically like try to not feel feelings and breathe and just live in the present and tell myself that I'm a badass that can do hard things and try to just do the best I can. All right, round 2, second calibration. Try to hold 1,550. It's about 73 RPMs. Oh, it's gonna be uncomfortable. Oh God, this is gonna not be fun. Okay. Okay, 2-minute break and then the big set. So, it's gonna suck. No, it's so like basically what happens in efforts like this, you're just drowning. Like when you're drowning, when you can't breathe, the thing that causes the pain, it's not the lack of oxygen, it's the buildup of CO2 in your body. You can't breathe out. You can actually go a long time without oxygen. It's really hard to tolerate high levels of CO2. And when you exercise, when you train, you build up CO2 at a higher level. So you're doing this short effort that's unsustainable, and you're gonna put yourself in a point after about 40 seconds, right about the warm-up point, where you're building up more CO2 than you can put out. So the best thing I could do for myself here is focus on my breathing, make sure it's efficient, and that I'm pushing out as much CO2 as possible, like more than what feels natural or comfortable. So I might make some weird sounds. We'll see where this goes. But what did I say, 59? 59 calories? 59 calories is going down. 10 seconds. And then we're done. 6, 5, 4, you can get a running start. 3, 2, 1. Oh. 63. It hurts. It hurts everywhere. So this is the advice I usually give people when they're in this state. Is the best thing you can do is use it as an opportunity to practice getting your shit together. So we've even built this into the program before of find a square on the floor, stand in it, put your hands on your hips, stand tall. You're not allowed to leave the square until you have your shit together. So you're on timeout until you can rejoin society. No drama. The drama and the flailing, laying on the ground and kicking and screaming and dying. Like, what are you doing? You're signaling to yourself that you can't manage it, you can't handle it, and that's not a good signal. You want to signal, even if it feels impossible, you want to practice having it together. You want to practice being somebody who can do that, still be okay. You might be tired, you're not dead. I'm not there yet, so. Oh.
You're not there yet?
I'm not ready to rejoin society. Oh my God. Oh, I don't know if anybody's gonna watch this ever, but if you do, if you get this far and you watch it and you wanna do this program or programs like it, just let me know in the comments and I'll drop a link into future videos where you can do this training, the same app that I follow, for free. No strings, no nothing. Just would be good to have some other people participating, and we have the programs and they're going, so people want to do them. If you want to do them, just let me know in the comments. I mean, maybe nobody wants to do it. You might see this video and be like, F that shit, I don't want to do that, but happy to share it. Just let me know, and you can look like this 3 times a week.